Chris Martin and Jonny Buckland from Coldplay talking to us right now. Mylo Xyloto in stores and online October 24th. Is there any meaning behind Mylo Xyloto beyond the fact that it's Google-proof?
Well, that's definitely one thing in its favor. I think we were just trying as a band this time round to have a completely blank canvas and a fresh slate. And so we thought, let's come up with some words that don't have any prior association, no history. And then, you know what I mean? And
it must have taken forever.
It took a little bit of time, but we were thinking about the word xylophone. We were thinking about cool words with the letter X in that were sounding musical. So then we had like xylophone, and then that became xyloto. And I don't know. Then we started spray painting it all around our studio, and it just stuck. I don't know why, and I don't know how.
We couldn't get rid of it.
We couldn't get rid of it.
It's a great name.
Thank you.
Thank you, Billy.
And Mylo Xyloto. We got to name some. I mean, there might be kids like popping up 9 months from now. Mylo Xyloto or Little Milo. Or
I mean, Billy, you're being very sweet, but I think it's unlikely.
Yeah, you're right. Maybe just Xyloto.
Right.
The only duet on the album is with Rihanna, Princess of China.
Yes.
Interesting. Why her? What drew you to her?
Well, she's great. She's wonderful. She's talented. She's beautiful. She can sing like an angel, and she brings great emotion to any song. Does that answer your question?
It certainly does. Have you been a fan for a while?
Yes, we've been Rihanna fans since before you were born.
Before I was born. Wait a minute. I think I'm older than you.
I don't know. We've been Rihanna fans since she came out, which is what, 2004, 2003? Something like that.
Yeah. It's a great song.
Thanks so much.
We kind of
man.
wrote it with her in mind.
Yes. We were in there's a Neil Young thing that happens in San Francisco called the Bridge School Benefit, which is for his a school that his son goes to, a special needs school. And we had some studio time booked around when we were playing that, and this song just came out of nowhere. And I thought, oh, that'd be great for Rihanna. And then we started playing it as a band, and we thought, well, maybe it'd be great for us. And then we came upon the earth-shattering idea of a duet, and that's how it happened.
Fantastic. You know, what if she had said no?
Well, then we would have been screwed.
Yeah. Was there a backup?
I would have had to. Me. Yeah.
Johnny was going to try it.
Johnny's sexy, not as sexy. Let's be honest.
Well, it depends on your politics, but
Hey, you told the BBC about the lyrical direction of Mylo Xyloto. It's about love, addiction, OCD, escape, and working for someone you don't like.
yes.
That is so great. It's a great. Who's the guy you don't like? And where'd you come up with that? It's wild. It's all over the place.
Well, that's just kind of life. I hope it resonates with other people's lives, but we all finding sometimes. Well, all those things pop up in all of our lives, I think. Maybe not. Go on.
Do you work for anyone?
Absolutely. Well, first of all, we work for people who listen to us. Now, that's kind of different. But in terms of like actual, I mean, as a band, at the moment, we're owned by a bank, I think.
What?
And then, yeah, you know, when you sign a record deal, you're owned by your label, and then your label is owned by someone else. And I think at the moment, we're owned by some bankers.
Oh, my God.
Which, as you can imagine...
How depressing.
Is tricky. But we don't see them very much, you know?
Oh, my God. It really
so
is.
I'm not... But it's not a question of not liking someone. It's just, in our instance, but a lot of people work for people they don't like, right?
I bet you the bank doesn't really appreciate this, the fact that you've turned down over $25 million, the rough estimate, in endorsements over the years, Coke, Gatorade, The Gap. You guys, the only...
Well, you just endorsed them all, Billy.
All right, let me take it back. You got, to help you out here, Coldplay has turned down millions of dollars in endorsements from very nice sodas and sports drinks and clothing stores, and the only brand you've chosen to let use the music is Apple for iTunes. Why Apple?
Well, because we love iTunes and we listen to music through it, and...
Yeah, we felt like it was a part of... you know, what we like.
And also their commercial was in silhouette, so we thought, you know, we look great in silhouette.
Yeah.
It's the best way to look.
Yeah, but we have turned down literally almost $1 billion in modeling contracts also.
Underwear model?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to speak too much, but yes.
Hand model? Your daughter is named Apple. There's no, they're not connected, right? It's not your love of Apple and iTunes that caused, right? That led to the naming of Apple.
No.
That would be too much.
Yes, but my son Pepsi, that's a different...
Don't mention him.
All right, sorry.
let me ask, have you seen, Chris, if Matthew Morrison sang Fix You on Glee, did you have to sign off on that?
Yes, we love Glee, and it's funny, we got in trouble a few years ago because someone who worked with us turned down a thing for Glee a few years ago when none of us even knew about the request. And so for a while there was like some bad feeling, but we were gutted about it because we loved the show. And so finally it all came together, and they did that song, I think 2 weeks ago, some weeks ago, and we were very happy about it.
How about Glee? They not only got your song, they got your wife.
I know.
I mean, they really got you back, didn't they? They got even.
Yes, well, they that was great when that happened.
Did you watch? Did you watch it? What did you think?
Yeah, I thought those episodes were the best TV ever.
And Matthew,
I'm not even joking.
No, they're a great character, well-deserved Emmy. Matthew Morrison sang "Fix You." A beautiful song. You've heard his rendition. Were you okay with it?
I haven't heard it. I can't listen to anything that we wrote.
Come on.
I'm not joking.
You've never listened to your own music?
Well, there's two options to feel. Either you feel like, oh my God, what an amazing song, I'm amazing. Or you think, God, I didn't sing it that well. So
would you be against me playing just the ending just for a second?
I would actually, Billy, unless
Okay.
it's part of your interview and you really want to do it.
Well, I mean, not if listen, I want you to be comfortable.
Okay, then don't do it.
Then we won't do it. I'll say, you know what? Forget you. Play it. I'm just kidding. I couldn't agree with you more. But he's saying "Fix You," which is a very personal song for you. Are you
Yes.
okay talking about that?
Sure, you can talk about it.
What I mean, you wrote that for your wife while she was in a deeply painful period over the loss of her father, right?
Well, that was one thing around that time. I mean, I guess it's just part of getting older. Around that time, a few people close to me and close to people close to me were, passing away, and it was like the first time in my life that those things had been really happening. I was lucky that I was 26 before that really started happening. And so, yeah, it's personal, but it's really kind of for anybody who's lost someone, or I don't know. I find it hard to articulate what I mean, but it is very personal.
I think I know what you mean, but it's so powerful, so emotional, so incredibly thoughtful. I just wonder, did it work? Did it help?
I have no idea. I'm the wrong person to ask.
Okay. Well, I think it probably helped a lot of people, and I know that was, like you said,
thanks, man.
that was part of it, but very beautiful. Chris, you don't talk a lot. I mean, you don't do a lot of interviews. Let me ask you this. Is there more of an upside to fame for you or downside?
To fame or...
To fame, to being famous, to being a celebrity.
Well, I feel so grateful to have our job, if you see what I mean, to be playing music as a thing, and that people turn up to shows and buy records and stuff. So if that's part of being famous, then it's awesome. I don't have anything to complain about at all. And if you're talking about the other side of it, like, whatever you might perceive the downside to be, then that's just part of the thing. I wouldn't trade with anybody,
You've settled in, right? I mean, would you say you've settled in a little bit more with being famous and what it entails? And I'm talking, people writing stories or
that's
tabloids
all fine,
and
man.
gossip and things like that.
I think my relationship is like a different thing as well. So that just took a bit of time to get comfortable with how to deal with that, But I'm super psyched to be able to do what I do, so I don't have any complaints.
Has anyone ever told you have beautiful eyes? Now this could get a little weird, but
Really?
you do have great eyes.
Thank you so much. I had them enhanced in Russia.
They used to be like brown, didn't they?
They used to be brown. One was brown and one was just completely red.
You've had an enhancement?
I looked pure evil. My dad said, "You'll never sell records. You look evil. Go to Russia." I'm making this up, Billy. I don't know how to handle this compliment.
Well, coming from me, I know, but
there was a lady who served lunch at the first school I ever went to when I was 7, and she said, "You have very nice eyes," and I'll never forget her. And she was 90, I think.
Well,
and I was 7, and I thought, wow, that's a connection. That's the first girl who ever had a crush on me.
She's right on. Hey,
Well, you're very handsome too, Billy. I've seen you on TV.
oh, thank you very much. I'm just had my 40th birthday
Wow.
over the weekend. I'm
Happy
telling you,
birthday.
3 days later, I'm still trying to recover. It's tough, man. You get old.
I mean, that's what happens if you go to Hooters.
Hey, we stepped it up. At least it was a Hooters in Cabo. We traveled.
Los Hooters. Yeah, I know that one.
You guys have been together since 1996. Is everything still good? No giant band fallouts? What do you fight over? Anything?
We fight. No, we don't actually. Is the honest answer. We know that if we upset any of the others too much, it'll ruin our lives. So we try and keep it peaceful because everything relies upon our chemistry being intact.
Outstanding.
Right,
Well,
Johnny?
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Johnny, if there's any critique, nothing, what would you fix about Chris Martin if you could? What's his downfall? Come on.
Be honest. Be honest.
Okay,
I'm too generous, really.
yes,
I mean,
he's too kind. He gives too much of his time and too much of his money
I know.
to.
I mean, it's a fault. If anything, I'm too perfectionist.
Yeah.
Isn't that what you're supposed to say in like job interviews?
Just keep it there,
No,
fellas.
man. I
My
mean, we're
fault,
terrible.
yeah.
We know we're. I don't know what words I can say, but we all have our flaws, and singers have more than most. So Johnny's being very sweet, but if you really asked him, he would tell you the truth.
Yeah, well, last question, Johnny. Steven Tyler talked about this. What is it, LSD, lead singer disorder? Does Chris suffer at all from LSD?
I think we all kind of fit into our stereotypes a little bit of
Yep. Quiet bass player
Yeah.
who gets up to all sorts of trouble. Drummer who's amazing, and if he says yes, it's great, and if he says no, it means he's right. Guitarist who's very quiet but speaks through his fingers, and a singer who's just a pain in the, you know what I mean?
In the giant, beautiful eyes.
In the giant, beautiful, right?
You guys are awesome. Coldplay and
Thanks, Billy.
current single is Paradise, although every time I log on to, I'm hearing, I think the latest I heard was Hurts Like Heaven.
Oh yes, well we don't know either.
We're streaming different cuts from the album almost every time you log on to iTunes. Is that right?
I don't know.
You are, Chris.
daily.
Daily, every day, a new
I
something
see.
from the album.
Yeah.
I see.
It's a nice rollout. Guys, thank you so much
Thank
for
you,
your
Billy
time.
Bush.
Billy.
Thanks for talking to us. Thanks for being so nice.
Thank you, fellas. Goodbye.
All right, take care. Bye bye.